When it arrives closest to the sun, the Earth would be on the opposite side, and we won't be able to observe it. But that's exactly the time when it could do a maneuver to slow down and visit us. And one wonders whether this trajectory was designed by some...
Humanity teeters on the edge of a revelation that could rewrite our place in the cosmos. At the heart of it all, a whispered NASA leak that's thrusting the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, into the spotlight for its godlike gaze across the void. Fuse that with the surreal wizardry of quantum artificial intelligence, and what emerges isn't speculation, it's ironclad destiny. Asteroid 3 I-Atlas is locked on a collision course with Mars. The sheer exactitude of this prophecy has left the scientific elite reeling, and the bombshell impact date is the hook that demands your full attention. Strap in for an immersive journey through the tech that cracked this stellar code, unveiling a timeline that's as dramatic as it is inescapable. Peeling back the veil, the birth of unthinkable precision. Space junkies thrive on the rush of cosmic headlines, rogue planets, wormhole whispers, galaxy collisions, but peel away the hype, and you'll find illusions galore. This leak shatters those facades, exposing a foresight so acute it feels ripped from tomorrow's headlines. Picture generations of astronomers, elbows deep in star charts and radar pings, chasing shadows of potential threats. Near-Earth asteroids that could graze our skies or wanderers from the Kuiper Belt eyeing mischief. Their toolkit, lasers from Mauna Kea, probes like Neowise, has been cutting-edge, yet forever hamstrung by the abyss. Distant objects blur into nothingness, their paths warped by unseen forces, predictions landing with the reliability of a coin flip over light years. Then came JWST, humanity's orbital oracle, perched in Lagrange point L2, a million miles sunward where Earth's night hugs it tight. This isn't Hubble 2.0, it's evolution on steroids. While Hubble painted the universe in visible splendor and UV fire, JWST dives into the infrared underworld, wavelengths stretched by distance and time. Dust lanes that choke optical views, mere gossamer to its sensors, gas nebulae veiling ancient secrets, transparent veils. It's the universe's X-ray specks, homing in on the ghostly thermal bleeds from rogue rocks adrift in the freeze. That 21-foot behemoth of a mirror, beryllium segments coated in vaporized gold, sucks in light like a black hole's appetite. Photons forged in the Big Bang's forge, now whispering tales of their 13-billion-year trek. But JWST alone is the spark. The inferno ignites when you marry its data deluge to quantum artificial intelligence, the unsung hero nobody saw coming. Forget your silicon slaves, crunching bits in binary drudgery, zeros and ones marching in lockstep, supercomputers wheezing under exabyte loads. Quantum rigs? They dance on qubits, fragile quantum states that superposition lets hover in limbo, 0 and 1 entwined, every outcome alive until observed. It's computation as poetry, entanglement weaving qubits into a hive mind where one flip echoes across the system. For orbital chaos, mapping a rock's sling through Jupiter's gravity maw, Saturn's icy tug-of-war, solar flare's plasma push, quantum AI is the cheat code. It doesn't plod through permutations, it blooms them, sifting millions of what-ifs in tandem, collapsing infinities into singular truth. Word from the leak. NASA's Shadow Labs piped JWST's IR snapshots of 3I Atlas into a quantum neural net, forged in secret for this very hunt. No mere eyeballing, this was path sculpting, ironing out nudges from Neptune's orbit to micrometeor dust. 3I Atlas, a fresh enigma on the interstellar roster, spans half a mile, a jagged interloper, potato-shaped and pitted, hurtling at 15 kilometers per second. Not Earth's apocalypse, but for Mars? A hammer to the anvil, excavating a chasm 100 miles wide, venting kinetic fury in megaton blasts that could rival 1,000 Hiroshimas chained end to end. Dust veils the red world for decades, quakes ripple its core. Urgency, epistemic famine, inbound data deluge, spectral spikes, gravitational whispers, puzzle pieces in eternity's jigsaw. Kaku's flare catalyzes from pulp to peer review. Dark guides, purposive ploy, nudge to nexus or faint from fringe. Humanity forks, denial's comfort or daring's dive. 3. I/ATLAS affirms, comet confirmed, kin real. Escorts, data's fringe, Loeb's lore, unproven artifice. Hype's hook, hypothesis's heart. Thrill teeters, fragments or fleet. If this stellar thriller grips, smash like, subscribe, more enigmas await. The void beckons. Dare we answer? The jaw-dropper? That etched-in-stone strike clock. Yesteryear's oracles hedged with decades of wiggle room. Sometime in the 2040s, maybe. Here, November 14th, 2032, 4:37 a.m. UTC, margins slimmer than a laser's beam. If real, it's JWST's clarity meeting quantum's depth, flipping asteroid hunts from dice rolls to divine script. Murmurs ripple through closed-door briefings at JPL, error bars slashed 99%, trajectories nailed to arc seconds. Beyond Mars, it's Earth's shield, spotting killers decades out, buying time for nukes or sails. The cosmos contracts, our defenses expand. This tech trove, buried in classified vaults, hints at arsenals only the elite grasp, a quantum vault against the void's whims. Yet what lurks in 3I Atlas's shadow? Why does this drifter demand such scrutiny from our twin titans of tech? Mars, the scarlet siren, 140 million miles from our cradle on a good day, a canvas of iron oxide dunes, frosted poles, and fossilized floods evoking a drowned Eden. We've romanticized it, Schiaparelli's canals, Bradbury's firemen, but ignored the quiet carnage. Our system's rock, paper, scissors, where bolides smash without fanfare. This leak spotlights the frenzy, casting 3I Atlas as no mere meteor, but an exile from Proxima Centauri's fringe, inbound for a fatal tango with the fourth rock. The 3I badge screams outsider, third interstellar scout, echoing Oumuamua's silent sprint and Borisov's comet tail. These galactic gypsies vault from their birth stars at 26 kilometers per second, hyperbolic arcs defying capture, laced with enigmas, artificial, organic, their paths, nightmares. For Newton, pre-entry stellar scatters, relativistic drags, unmodeled ices sublimating mid-flight. Tracking from afar is like nailing a neutrino's whims, light years of lag, photons warped by lensing. JWST steps up as the void's bloodhound. Its NIR spec slits and Miri coronagraphs feast on 3I's mid-IR murmur, a 10-micron glow from a body chilled to 50 Kelvin, invisible to visible light hunters. At 60 astronomical units out, it clocks the beast's asymmetry. A 750-meter span, tumbling every 8 hours, spectrum screaming carbon chondrites laced with hydrates. Temporal scans catch thermal wobbles, outgassing vents, mass quirks, blueprints for deflection dreams. 1 degree's spin shift over 1 billion miles, catastrophe or graze. Feed that fire hose to quantum AI and alchemy brews. Legacy Sims chain, Markov chains, 10 to the power of 9 runs per night, drowning in variance. Quantum? Grover's search on steroids, amplitude amplification pruning dead ends, Hamiltonian solvers mapping gravity's web, Jove's barycenter yank, Enceladus's feather touch, solar oblateness. Variables cascade, 10 to the 6th perturbations, entangled in qubit webs, yielding a razor orbit, perihelion whip past Mercury, Mars intercept at 5.2 kilometers per second relative. Precision, 200-kilometer ellipse, hourly tick. No more fog, it's cartography of doom. For magnetosphere naked Mars, it's biblical. No aero brake, full velocity kiss gouges 60 kilometers across, 4 kilometers abyss, excavating 10 to the 12th tons. Tsunamis of magma, seismic symphonies to 9.0, ejecta-veiling soul for months. This sleuthing, JWST's lens, AI's mind, bears our backyard's brutality. So what scars does it etch on our redward exodus? How does one world's wound redefine survival's script? Crimson cataclysm. When ambition meets asteroid fury, a half-mile harbinger slamming Mars, it's no footnote. It's a seismic gut check for our stellar diaspora. Overlooked truth. Mars' envelope is tissue-thin, 1% Earth's hug, letting killers cruise unmolested where ours would char to cinders. Impacts? Routine roulette. Crater counts clock 500 plus from yard-sized yahoos yearly. This JWST AI oracle doesn't just chronicle, it choreographs the spectacle, etching universe's might in high def for our edification. No love tap, hypervelocity hammer forges an 80-kilometer caldera, depth plumbing hellish vents, energy 10 to the 19th ergs, H-bomb orchestra times 50,000. From Earth, it's spectacle, fireball blooming like a second sun, debris auroras dancing Phobos's shadow. Fragility incarnate, its spotlights sentinels needed, beyond DART's nudge, to orbital nets or ion shepherds, for every outpost we claim. Action on 3, nil, too swift, too far. But foreknowledge, goldmine. Lead-up vigil, tidal bulges swelling, foreshocks fracturing rifts. Impact instant, plume pyrotechnics, spectroscopy snaring volatiles, H2O spikes, methane ghosts from buried life. Aftermath, dust pall cooling poles, seismic tomography piercing the mantle for water ghosts. It's no elegy, it's undergrad for impacts, scaling from lab pops to planetary pummels, biosignature baking, even terraforming cues from shocked aquifers. Space's board flips, from crisis mode to clairvoyance. JWST's swarm, AI's foresight, harbingers of preemption, funding floods for deflectors. Mars as homestead, tempered, bunkers for bolides, not glass spires. Life's echo, amplified, crater brew as petri dish, hydrothermal rebirth. Yet, illusions persist. Data's devil in details, quantum glitches, interstellar surprises. Confirmation, skeptics cry hoax, but vibes scream pivot. This NASA whisper, 3 eyes Mars kiss via JWST's eye and quantum's brain, ignites fever dreams, blockbuster blueprints in code. Sci-fi? Sure, but grounded in gates we breached. Still, cosmos coy, variables vamp, comet kin, dark energy drifts, influencing reads, not realities. Grounded gaze vital. No overnight Armageddon, but steady stride. Powers peril, uplift or elite horde, secrets in sunlight or beacons for all. The veil thins, threat tam. Will we wield it wise, or let stars slip? Chase more cosmic cracks, like subscribe, drop your take, revelations roll.